Welcome back to Next Gen Investors. And this week is a special week. We got our guest speaker John over here. Very important guy, one of the best investors I know. So we're gonna break this down into 4 segments this week. We're gonna go over last week's stock picks, what happened this past week in the market, what's happening next week in the market, and our next week's stock picks. All right,
I'll start it off. So last week, the stock market had a great. This past week, sorry, not last week. The stock market had a great rally, going up a lot. But then, I predicted in the middle of the week, I think the market is gonna start going down. Sold all my stocks, and the market went down. Great timing. Just clap it up for me again. Yeah. He's salty because he's losing money.
I'm making money because I'm all in on software, so it's fine. What was your stock pick?
My stock pick was an ETF with the ticker symbol XAIX, and it started off the first couple of days of the week very, very strong, but then towards the end it dipped, mostly because of inflation numbers.
So my stock pick last week was Mercado Libre. I'm reminding you guys, this is the Amazon of Latin America. They're growing revenues 50%. Their margins are decreasing. That's just because they're investing in their business. And while it was down 5% this past week, I told you guys in the last video explicitly that this was not meant as a 1-week pick, and this is more in the long term.
Let's just get something straight before we keep going. We make a stock pick every single time for the next upcoming week, okay? The stock picks on this channel aren't for the next 5 years, 10 years, 6 months, 1 month, 3 months, 2 weeks,
if you do it for 1 week.
That's why every week we change our stock pick, okay? I don't want to hear any excuses. You lost for the 4th week in a row. Never listen to this guy's picks. Why would you listen to this guy's picks when I'm beating it every single week?
Must be gambling, because there's no real way to know if stocks can go up or down in the next week. But there is a way to know by looking at the fundamentals of the company, the qualitative analysis, like looking at their
fundamentals of the economy, and that's what my ETF was focusing on.
I don't know what he's doing about.
I don't know what he's talking about, not doing.
When you look into it like a year out, like I had with AMD last year. Come on, guys. You guys look back at the videos.
He always uses the same proof. Do you really want to trust the guy that uses the same excuses every time?
Because I went all in on it last year, and
every single time he uses AMD. Get a better excuse. Use better proof and reasoning.
We'll watch this video. Watch it right now. May 15th, 2027, guys. Come back to this video, and you'll see all my stock picks. You got Duolingo, Rubrik, ServiceNow, Mercado Libre, SoFi. Literally, those names are going to be doing unreal. All right, so let's get into what happened in the market this past week. One of the big headlines this week is inflation did come in higher than expected. And this was really not...
Fortunately.
I don't know why this guy's shorting like all
I'm betting against the market.
I don't know what he's doing. He's literally not betting against
Michael
Berry. Doesn't even know how to say the name.
Michael Berry,
yeah. Look up Michael Berry.
Oh no, sorry, my bad. Michael Burry.
Yeah, okay. Clearly, he does not even know what he's talking
about. Who's the guy who?
And who's the guy? Yeah.
Wait,
so
he does a favor. Oh, Paulson. What's his name?
Up. I don't even know his name. Okay. So clearly, there's something wrong with Warren's mentality.
Clearly, there's something wrong with his stock picks.
If you are all in on software, bro, in my stock picks, in the next 12 months...
You're recommending someone go all in on software?
In my stock picks, bro, my stock picks are gonna majorly outperform the doing nothing over the next 12 months. I 99.9% guarantee you that's what happened.
99% guarantee?
Yeah, my stock picks will outperform.
No, not if I go in on stocks and bet against or buy puts.
I don't know why are you buying options, bro? Just buy the best companies out there in the market.
No, what if the...
So let's get into what happened.
What if the best companies are going down? What do you do?
So buy them. You buy them on the dip.
What if you know they're going to go down? Would you
don't
buy them?
know they're
you hedge against them.
No, you short them, but you're not even shorting them.
Yeah, I could. I can hedge the entire...
Are you shorting?
Not yet. I don't think it's a smart position at this current time.
Oh, so you're not betting against the market?
Not right now. I'm holding out a couple more weeks.
Like, this guy's messed up or something. Something's wrong in the head. So, like, inflation did come in higher than expected. And one of the craziest things another thing that happened this week that was really crazy is that...
Trump? What did you say?
Sure, you can say it. You say it.
Trump met with the president of China, or prime minister, Xi Jinping,
dictator
dictator of China, Communist Party.
No, now our video, all our Chinese viewers, we're sorry, bro. You're not gonna
sorry,
get to
my
see
bad. And they actually did discuss AI chips. They did not discuss tariffs, which is a great thing. That's gonna help the economy a lot. Well, not the economy. It would, if we had tariffs, it would help the economy. It would hurt investors a lot. Also, I remember reading that they did say that China's gonna buy a lot of NVIDIA chips. Stock pick from 2019. NVIDIA.
Don't know what he's talking about. I did not see that anywhere.
Okay, well, you need to read more often.
I did read and wasn't in the article. Said they explicitly did not say they would be buying any more chips.
Well, read to the end of the article. It was at the end.
Okay. So let's get into what's happening next week in the market. So another thing that happened this past week and also going into next week is the odds that the Fed rate, the Fed rates, hikes rates, the Fed hikes rates.
Race hikes.
Is up to 50%. This is actually insane because at the beginning of this year, we were expecting 3 rate cuts, and that's really good for stocks, good for the economy. It injects more cash into the economy, more people buying stocks, that's a great thing. But now we're at up to a 50% chance that we get 0 cuts and we get actually a hike. This is just a crazy turn of events and really not good for the lending segment.
This doesn't really have to do with the stock market, but I actually want to bring this up. I watched a video a couple of weeks ago on Kalshi and what's the other one?
Polymarket.
On Polymarket. And if you don't know, these are betting websites where you can bet on different things.
Well,
and
technically,
yes or
the
no.
whole point is they're not betting.
Okay.
They're financial instruments.
Okay,
so they're
first,
allowed everywhere.
as a disclaimer, of course, never bet, don't gamble at all.
But obviously this guy loves doing that with meta put options.
I made money that week. But secondly, what I really wanted to point out was that if you don't know investing, I actually read an article talking about how on these betting websites, 99% of the games or something is by 1% of the people. Meaning that there's insiders who know what's going to happen, like for NVIDIA earnings. Wall Street Journal, could have been on there, have a subscription there. And 1% of people are getting all the gains, meaning that insiders from these companies know what's going to happen because they work there. Like for NVIDIA earnings,
that's obviously illegal, by the way.
Obviously, it's illegal insider trading. That's not trade. I mean, is it insider?
It is.
It's part of it, but it's not actually trading.
It's a very big gray area because there's not enough laws about it.
Yeah, same thing with like fantasy if you're a football player. Anyway, like I was saying, if you go on these websites, a lot of the time you can predict things that will happen, and a lot of the time they are right. So just an easy way to invest in different things. I don't know, it's just something that popped into my mind. Anyway, something more important is NVIDIA earnings. My dad actually had this pick back in 2019, and if only he stayed out with it. This is going to be extremely important. Biggest market cap, biggest company, all eyes are on NVIDIA earnings to see how the company has been doing this past quarter.
Yeah, and just to add on to that is that this is like the AI stocks have been absolutely
destroying.
Booming.
Yeah.
So we've said this before, but really the important thing that we're gonna get from this earnings isn't how much they've made this past quarter and how much they've made the past year. The really important thing is whether they are and their forward-looking guidance. And like looking towards the end of 2026, going into 2027. How are they looking?
Honestly, I'm gonna cut you off.
Honestly, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Because for important stocks like NVIDIA, the most important part is guidance. Always looking ahead towards the future. Before bad stocks that you shouldn't invest in, like Duolingo, Rubrik, AMD, ServiceNow, the earnings per share and revenue will be the most important piece of data. Back to you.
So if there's literally any sign of slowing demand for these AI chips,
we're cooked.
We
are cooked.
Then
I mean,
I hate to admit it, but Warren will definitely be celebrating because the stock market will be cooked the next, except for actually software. So I'll be good because if software will definitely be doing well if the
NVIDIA
AI stock stops booming because money rotates through sectors, and right now it's definitely not in software. I can tell you that it's all in semiconductors and anything related to like AI and manufacturing. But I think eventually that money will rotate back into software as they see that's like many software companies actually do benefit a lot from AI. Like even today, like Figma beat their earnings and raised their guidance, which you love to see. And the stock's up 15% today. So that's something, even though a lot of people think AI is going to kill them, they literally are raising their full year guidance.
And now, for the absolute best segment of the week. Thank you so much for sticking around. The stock picks. My pick is gonna go NVIDIA puts. And you can see on the video right now, he's not smirking, he's not smiling, because he knows I'm a great investor. Because the last time I told you guys to buy puts on a stock was Metastock, and he was laughing. Do you remember that?
I do.
He was laughing, and it did very, very well. So I'm gonna go NVIDIA puts. And the reason is because I think NVIDIA is gonna have great earnings. But investors today are extremely critical with the smallest things. And I don't know for sure, but one small thing is gonna trigger a sell-off. And I think gonna trigger the market bubble to pop. So that's why I'm telling you to go with NVIDIA puts.
My pick will be Palantir Technologies. As Warren said, the money just flows around in different sectors, and it is an AI company, and right now AI is doing very well. Also, with the current war, it is it's predicted to go up a lot.
Okay.
All right, now we got the best stock pick of the week, and this is gonna be Zeta. This is an AI-driven
sounds like a food
advertising company. So basically, what's interesting about this is Zeta is basically an advertising company, but the cool thing...
Honestly, it's pretty funny you always back the software stocks, but then sometimes you go, you know what? I'm going to take a stock pick that completely revolves around AI, which is doing the lunar opposite of software.
Lunar?
Yeah.
Never heard that word. Don't think it's a word.
Never heard
Yo,
of
guys,
lunar.
drop down in the comments
Lunar.
if lunar is a word.
Lunar? You've never heard of lunar? It's definitely a word.
L-O-O-N-U-R?
I think it's L-U-N-A-R, but it's definitely a word.
Lunar opposite?
Lunar, yeah.
Lunar
No,
opposite.
get a better vocabulary. Just
I
go
know
with your,
lunar's like
just
the
go with your
moon.
stock pick. Just go with
Lunar is the
your,
moon.
just go with your
Yo,
stock
guys, I should have bought lunar. Lunar, their ticker's lunar. It's Intuitive Machines.
Just go with the stock pick.
The stock pick did really well, but I didn't pick it. But my stock pick this week is Zeta. So basically, they're an advertising company, and you might ask, what's different about this company than any other? So first of all, they have a huge partnership with OpenAI that's driving their revenue through the roof.
Same with Intel and NVIDIA.
And on top of that, basically what's interesting about this is they bought some random company that had like a billion people data. So they basically took a bunch, they bought this
Chinese
company, took all people's data, and now
data.
they have super personalized ads, which does extremely well for their business.
Also very dangerous.
It's not dangerous at all.
Yes,
guys.
it
Shouldn't
is.
bet. It's a great marketing technology.
Why don't you I would suggest not investing in a company that steals people's data and uses it against them. I never said it did.
And I never said it uses
Yes,
it
it
against
does.
them. It advertises so it gets the best.
Okay,
ads.
imagine like you have a baby and you want to like know what.
Yeah, so
you
we'll
want to
just
know.
personalize it more to you.
That's kind of scary.
Okay, it's scary, but it actually is helpful.
No, I don't think it's helpful.
It definitely is.
Okay. Anyway, now for the best pick of the week. Definitely not him or him.
Didn't you already do your pick? Or you drunk? And thank you for
So
joining
much
us
for joining us
on
this week's episode of
Next Gen Investors.